Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a super simple summertime recipe for ceviche. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with ceviche, it's basically like a fresh seafood type salad. So we're going to be using some raw fish and we're going to combine that with some aromatics like cilantro and onion. And we'll also throw in some tomato, almost like a salsa. And we're going to marinate it in lime juice. And the acid from the lime juice is going to chemically cook your fish in the ceviche. Doesn't that sound delicious? But actually it really is. It's very yummy. I love this recipe for a summertime appetizer, but it's also great as a light and healthy meal. So, enough talking. Let's get cooking. Okay, so let's start by cutting up our cherry tomatoes. I'm going to use 1 cup of cherry tomatoes and chop them into small bite-sized pieces. If you like tomato, you could certainly use more. And then we'll start by cutting our red onion. Now, I start off by only using a 1/2 cup of finely chopped red onion, but in the end, it ends up being a total of 1 cup. Now we can add that to the bowl with the tomatoes. And here I have a Serrano chili, so I'm just going to cut the end off and cut it in half and then finely mince it. Now you need to check how hot your chili is. This one actually ended up being very hot, so I only ended up using just the half. So we can add that also to the bowl. Next, we'll cut up our cilantro. So just grab a handful of your cilantro and then you're going to just chop that finely. And we need approximately 1/3 of a cup. So now we could just add that to the mixture. And then all we have to do is stir to combine. Okay, so now we'll start working with our limes. I have a total of 12 limes. I actually only end up using 7.5 to get my full cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. You may need 8 or 9, or you may only need 6. It just depends on how juicy your limes are. I'll just save that off to the side. So here's our lime juice. And now I'll add that to the bowl. Give it a quick stir. And next we'll work with our fish. So I'm using cobia, but you can use any firm white fish, such as a halibut, a seabass, red snapper, or even tilapia, which happens to be the least expensive of those fishes and the most popular ceviche. So just cut it into small chunks or bite-sized pieces, and then we can add that to our bowl with the lime juice and our veggies and aromatics. We'll give that a stir. Make sure everything's nicely coated. Just like this. And then we'll add some salt. So I like to start off with just a little bit of salt. So I'm going to start with 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then I'll stir that in and push the chunks of fish down into the lime juice to make sure it's all completely submerged. Then we'll cover it with some plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator for a total of 3 hours, but we'll pull it out after an 1.5 hours to give it a good stir. So an 1.5 hours has gone by, so we're just going to give it a quick turn and then we'll recover it and stick it back in the fridge for another 1.5 hours. Alrighty, so a total of 3 hours has gone by. So now we're going to check to make sure our fish is cooked all the way through. So all you have to do is pick up a piece of fish. If it feels nice and firm, it's safe to eat. I've given it a little taste test, and here's where I end up adding the rest of that onion. So it ends up being a whole cup of red onion, or 1 whole small red onion. I also end up adding another 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I give it a stir, plastic wrap back on, and back in the fridge for 30 minutes. 30 minutes has gone by. This is perfect, so let's plate it and taste it.
Okay, here it is, guys, our ceviche.
I have it here two ways. I have it as like the salad, if you will, with some tortilla chips. And also, like I mentioned, you could have it as a meal. So all you need is some fresh corn tortillas and some avocado, some lettuce or shredded cabbage, and you have yourself a ceviche taco. But let's give it a taste with a chip. All right. Oh, wow, big chunks, big chunks. Delicious. It's so light, fresh. That combination of the lime and cilantro is just perfect. The fish is tender, and you get that sweet pop from the tomato. It all works beautifully together. Wow. I hope you guys try and enjoy the recipe. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, guys, until next time.